Welcome back. Well, you're still tuned into Mid-Cap Radar on CNBC TV 18. It's turning out to be a session where we are seeing some amount of profit booking, but there are a lot of mid-caps which are in focus on account of news. One such company is Snowman Logistics. That stock is down today, but is run up around a 30-odd% on a year-to-date basis. The news on Snowman Logistics today is that they and SpiceJet have signed an MOU for storage, transportation and distribution of COVID-19 vaccines from various manufacturers across India and also internationally. Sunil Nair, the CEO of Snowman Logistics, now joins in to talk about this. Mr. Nair, hi, welcome to the show. If you could just start by talking about what your capacity is in terms of storage, and obviously the key issue becomes temperature. What kind of preparations do you already have, or are you sort of developing your capacity to accommodate the vaccines?
Yeah. So see, we already have a good spread of our cold storage facilities, and all our facilities can go down up to minus 30 degrees centigrade. And we have reserved capacity equivalent to 100 million doses for storage purpose. So this is available immediately, and in a month's time, we can create another 100 million capacity. So that's what is available for the storage of vaccine, and equivalent amount of transportation infrastructure is also available. There are various types of temperatures that we are talking about. Pfizer have come up with a minus 70 degrees centigrade temperature, which also is available with us. We can provide that facility in 4 to 6 weeks time, and but those solutions are very small in size, and very less quantity can be stored in that. But when it comes to minus 20 of Moderna or any other Indian candidates who are manufacturing 2 to 8 degrees centigrade vaccines, there is a good amount of space available, and around 200 million vaccine storage space is what we have earmarked as of now.
Mr. Nair, what kind of commercial arrangement will you have? I mean, do you already have with SpiceJet?
No. So what we have signed now with them is an operating understanding, wherein everything that is on the ground in terms of storage, transportation, packaging, order processing, everything will be done by us. And when it comes to air transportation, that role will be played by SpiceJet. So we have been talking to a few of the manufacturers, wherein we realize that while a lot of volume will be road transported, but there will be an urgency, or there will be small quantities which has to go by air. And hence it is important that two people who are already ready and prepared for the vaccine distribution should join together and offer an end-to-end solution to the customer, so that we become one-stop shop for the manufacturers.
Have you done this kind of work before? Vaccine transportation in particular?
Yeah, we have been doing influenza vaccine. We have been doing typhoid vaccine for quite some time now, almost 3 years. But when it comes to those vaccines, the volume has been much less as compared to what we are expecting in COVID. So there is a big difference. But as far as the operating protocol and norms are concerned, we are very well aware of that.
Okay, so what is the revenue potential that you see? I mean, how much do you generate in terms of vaccine transport already? How much do you potentially think that you can make once these vaccines start getting approved in India?
See, it totally depends on the volume. So today we make around 10% of our business is from pharma, out of which 50% revenue would be from vaccine. And it totally depends on what kind of arrangement the government wants to do, what kind of arrangement manufacturers want to do. So far, there is no closure on that. We are at advanced stage of discussion with some of the manufacturers. And so before it closes commercially, we sign agreement with them. It's very difficult to estimate the revenue part.
But there would be some broad idea about the revenue potential and the opportunity size of it, right? I mean, if you want to assign a value to it, what would it be? I mean, value that you'll be able to tap into.
So see, if I go by the existing pharma segment, we do close to around 25 crores worth of business in pharma. And with the capacity that we have reserved, and if we end up using the whole capacity, then we are expecting it to go up to 60-70 crores, the pharma vertical.
Okay. When do you expect work to begin?
A very difficult question. Even the manufacturers are not able to answer this clearly, but I think by the end of Jan, there has to be some clarity on this. The way the discussions are advancing with the manufacturers, we feel that by end of Jan, they should be able to clearly tell us what is the volume they want and which all locations and how the whole model should work. And more or less, the commercials should also get closed by then.
Mr. Nair, you said 50 to 60 crores is the total sort of size of the opportunity?
No, I am saying that is the size of the capacity that we have reserved as of now. If we end up utilizing the whole capacity that we are reserving, my 25 crore existing pharma will become 60 crore pharma.
Okay. All right. Fair enough, Mr. Nair. So we'll touch base with you in a little bit then once there is more developments with regards to the transportation and logistics of the COVID-19 vaccine. Thanks very much for joining in and speaking with us. So that's Noman Logistics, stock down around 2% at this point in time. Need to take a break, but before we do that, and as we head into a break, here's something that you, our viewers, must take note of. CNBC TV18 and the National Stock Exchange have come together to promote investor awareness through a special campaign, Informed Investor, that empowers you to make the right decisions with your money. While shopping, we keep our personal needs in mind and make our decisions. Similarly, while investing, we need to take our own decisions, keeping our needs and risk-taking ability in mind. An informed investor is one who doesn't follow anyone blindly.